All right, guys, welcome back to the Greenhaven Capital Mortgage Mentor Podcast. A lot of loan officers right now, they haven't been able to do that. There's just not a lot of inventory. There's not a lot of clients. The rates, they're
definitely do resale deals, definitely do refinances when they're out there. The majority of my business does come from the builder. I'm a big Raider fan, so on Sundays I have to stop watching the game. There's a lot of nuance in lending that people don't know about.
Shop around, take a look at other options, make sure you're not only getting the competitive price. The ideal LO, man, honestly. Know your
Appreciate
stuff.
that, man. I appreciate
you about your
that.
business.
Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Greenhaven Capital Mortgage Mentor Podcast. I'm Kevin Odo. I'm your host and your mortgage expert. And today I have another mortgage expert, my man who I've actually known outside of the mortgage industry for several years, who I am so thankful and blessed to have recently joined our team. My man, my friend, Lavega Sims. What's going on today?
How you doing, man? Happy to be here.
Yeah, man. So happy you're here and you're on our team. Can we just jump right into it? Can you tell us a little bit how you got in the industry?
Got in the industry way back 2005. I had a cousin who was in the mortgage business.
Yeah.
He was doing well for himself. I could tell. He was golfing. Even though I don't golf and I don't have time to golf, I don't know how he was doing that. But he was, having a good time, making a lot of money. And we sat down and talked one day, and I told him I was interested. I had a financial background, graduated from Sac State with a business degree. And it was time to make a decision on where I was going to go with my life. And we sat down and talked about it. He gave me the information I needed, and I decided, mortgage was where I wanted to go. So 2005, started with Countrywide. Was there for about a year. Learned how to do a loan. Was on the phone, smiling and dialing.
Yeah.
After that, figured out I wanted to get more in a relationship-based type of system. So Wells Fargo was recruiting me.
Yeah.
Went to Wells Fargo. I was there for 17 years.
Long time.
Big corporate structure. Learned a lot of good information at Wells Fargo. Learned how to build relationships. Learned how to deal with different type of markets. And from there, I got to a point where I was like, you know what, I want to expand. And it was time to do something a little bit different so I can do more business, have more products, have more options for my clients.
Yep.
Which led me to you.
Man, so blessed. It's been a blessing, man. Honestly, you've been the ideal LO, man. Honestly, you know your
Appreciate
stuff.
that, man. I appreciate
you about
that.
your business.
Yeah.
Like, it's perfect, man. I couldn't imagine a better fit and a better scenario. I just hope you feel the same way.
No, I do, bro. I'm happy to be here. It's been great.
Yeah. So, you came from Wells Fargo to the independent channel.
Yeah.
You touched on that, but can you kind of expand on maybe some of the benefits you see from transitioning from retail to wholesale?
Definitely. So Wells Fargo, super conservative, been around 160 years, have a certain way of doing business that works for them. They're a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
So kudos to them for the way they do business. But there's one perspective. It's Wells Fargo's perspective there. Mm-hmm. Nothing against that. But I'm a loan officer and I want to help my clients, right?
Yes.
So I needed to have options that went beyond just one perspective. Wholesale channel, we work with 25, 30 different lenders. We can do non-QM loans, meaning stuff that doesn't fall in the conventional space or FHA space or VA space. So I wanted to have access to everything that was out there. I didn't want to be the guy that says, no, we don't do that.
For sure.
Which sometimes at Wells Fargo, that was the case. So the wholesale channel has been great. We get stuff done that I didn't really know you could get done, and I don't have to walk away from business. So that's perfect for me.
Yeah, that's good. I think you kind of touched on it. There's more lenient underwriting guidelines, right? We have 30 different banks. The risk tolerance is all different.
Correct.
We can do loans down to 500 with some people. You could have higher debt to income ratios. There's different jumbo products. So I think just having the flexibility to have these different banks you can go to, have second looks is, really making sure we're best servicing our clients and making sure they're putting the right deal and getting the deal.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is I'm able to get deals done that I know in my previous employment I wouldn't have gotten them done. So I'm able to help clients put families in homes, and that's number one. So great, wholesale, man. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, yeah, we're happy to have you. So Can we touch on like how you've been so productive? I mean, you're consistently doing, a lot of loans every month now. And for, a lot of loan officers right now, they haven't been able to do that. There's just not a lot of inventory. There's not a lot of clients, the rates, like there's all these things that are holding, LOs back from being productive, but you've consistently been productive ever since you came here, man. How do you do it?
I'm blessed, man. I got a relationship with the builder back in 2017, Beazer Homes. I'm one of the choice lenders for them. Going on 7 years now. So they keep me, the majority of my business, I would say, comes from them. Definitely do resale deals, definitely do refinances when they're out there. But the majority of my business does come from the builder. I was a good loan officer before the builder. And then when I got the builder, it took me to, I think, what I would like to call a whole nother level.
Yeah, it definitely catapulted you to that next step. So, I mean, a lot of loan officers, that's like the golden ticket, right? Like this, I want to, be a builder lender. I want to do this. Can you tell us what it's like and how you're able to establish that relationship? And
luckily for me, so actually Wells Fargo had established a relationship with Beazer, and I was a part of the team that was servicing the account. Beazer decided that they were going to make some changes with the way they were structuring their relationship with the lenders, and instead of working with a team of loan officers from each company, they decided that they wanted to have one contact for each company. Luckily, man, God is good. They chose me.
Yeah.
Right. And once I got my hands on it, I took it and ran with it, and done everything I could to make sure they chose the right person.
Yeah, no. And I got to touch on that. They didn't choose you because you're lucky. I think you earned it.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to think so. Yeah.
No, you did. And I see how hard you work and how hard you hustle and how smart you are and how well you handle the clients. So that was 100% earned in my opinion. And being able to keep that relationship for 7 years now. Yeah. I mean, you're doing something right.
You can't mess up deals, man. Builder is a high pressure environment. Beazer's a corporate company. So every quarter they have numbers they have to hit. Year end right now, we're in August. They have year end for September. So right now they're very, very busy. I'm answering the phone on Saturday, Sunday. I'm a big Raider fan, so on Sundays I have to stop watching the game so I can answer the phone and help a client out, But that's the exchange. I'm happy to do it. It makes sense,
It definitely makes sense. And I guess on that note, you've been in the business for almost 20 years now. Had the builder relationships for 7 years. Why do you think it's important that all the clients and even like the builder they're representing have good lenders on their side?
Yeah, because a bad lender will mess up a deal. Simple as that. Like I've heard you guys speak on rates and stuff like that, right? And we always want to get the client the absolute best case scenario when it comes to interest rate. It's a vital part of the process, right? We understand that. But if you're working with the wrong lender, you may not get the home that you want because they didn't structure your deal right. They missed some detail. There's a lot of nuance in lending that people don't know about. So working with the correct lender and being able to structure deals the right way, do things and be in a timely manner as well, that's all a part of it. So you got to make sure we all want the best rate, but you also want to make sure you're working with the guy who can get it done and get you to the finish line.
For sure, man. I've seen so many times where I'm getting shopped and you go here, you go there, and even though you have a competitive product, they're being persuaded by someone that may not have their best interest, as someone that's just telling them something, and then when things don't go south, guess what? They're calling you 2 weeks later back again.
There you go.
I think it's definitely important that when you're making a big decision like this, that you actually shop around, take a look at other options, make sure you're not only getting a competitive price, but someone that knows their stuff.
Correct.
And I've heard you on the phones. I know you know your stuff. So I think it's very important that people recognize that there's professionalism. There's the difference between a headset jockey and a true mortgage advisor, right?
We're professionals. I pride myself on being a professional. Answering the phone when other loan officers may say they're not going to take that call, I may not necessarily want to, but I know that's part of my job and what I signed up for, right? So I take it as a responsibility, and my name is Lavega. There's no other Lavegas out there.
True.
So if I'm out here messing up deals, it's going to follow me, right? So I got to make sure I keep my name clean, do the right thing, and just take care of the clients, man. It's not rocket science, but at the same time, you'd be surprised that some of these guys don't do what they're supposed to.
Yeah, it's surprising, honestly. Yeah, but I mean, I know, like I said, you fit our culture. You do everything we want. I mean, you have the integrity. You focus on your relationships.
Yep.
And that's how I want to touch on, like, with that builder relationship, how is that, like, on a daily basis? It seems like it's busy. It's busy, right?
It's busy.
Yeah.
It's like, how would I explain it? Like, there's probably 10 to 12 sales agents that I'm dealing with daily.
Yeah.
They're counting on me to provide good information, timely information to the clients to get them through the pre-approval process in the contract and then close a home. It's vital that they have trust for you. And honestly, it makes me feel good when I feel like a lot of times, because they have options, right? I'm not the only lender on the account.
Exactly. There's 4 lenders.
So there's 4 lenders. So I'm not the only guy. And the other people that are on the account, I respect them. They're very good loan officers. So when they decide to call me first with the client, that's a sign of respect. And I value that and something that I take very, very serious.
Yeah. So even though you got a builder, you're still competing with 4 people. It's not easy.
Competitive situation, bro.
And yeah. So that's what I want to touch on. Just because you have a builder doesn't mean it's easy, right?
No. I work hard, you know?
I see it.
Yeah, like I work hard. But I come from a sports background. I made myself into a decent sports player by working hard. So my life is kind of mirrored from when I play sports. Same thing now.
Yeah.
You got to practice. You got to make sure you're doing the right things on a day-to-day basis and be prepared for, when it's time to score that basket, bro. You got to put it in the bucket, So
I know.
Got to make sure you're doing what you need to do.
Yeah, I know you're competing every day and playing to win and doing the right thing. But I just wanted people to kind of know that too, because everyone wants a builder. Every LO is like, you got a builder. That's why he's doing a lot of deals, or it must be nice. But I don't think they know how much work it actually is, right? They think it's just like deals falling in their lap with what you got.
It's not, bro. Like, you have to be prepared and you have to be – and it's a fast-paced environment, It's not – even though some of the escrows may take 3 to 6 months, it's still fast-paced up front to get things done,
Correct.
And it's definitely not easy. And if you're not an organized, detailed-oriented person, you'll get swallowed up. That's true. You can get swallowed up.
That's true. And what's funny is some people think, you have 6 months escrow. You have a lot of time. This is easy. But I don't think people realize that a lot of time you're doing double work on these loans too, right?
Well, that makes it tougher because I may pre-approve someone in January. The deal's not closing to June. Well, life happens from January to June, right?
Yeah.
So credit scores have to stay the same. Income has to stay the same. All these factors are honestly, a shorter escrow is better because nothing's going to change in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It could, but it usually doesn't.
That's likely for sure.
Right? But 6 months, a lot of life can happen, right?
Exactly.
So I may pre-approve someone, and if you're not thorough about letting them know, hey, avoid X, Y, and Z going forward until we get this closed, you'll come back 3 months later and they bought a car. They've financed, a bunch of different stuff that they didn't necessarily need right this minute, So you got to get them pre-approved and get them to the finish line. And the scenario has to pretty much stay the same for that pre-approval and for that loan to go through.
Yeah. So, I mean, you definitely earned the builder relationship. For all you loan officers wanting it, just know it's not easy. It's a lot of work. It's earned. He's the builder's a huge client. Yeah. Can't mess up that relationship. A lot relies on it. And it's a lot of work, a lot of double work. Mm-hmm. And man, it's well deserved. For real. I mean, you put the work in. I see how hard you do it. And I know it's worth it, but it's a grind.
It's a grind, man. But I believe in the grind, bro. Nothing's ever given to me in my life, so
you earned it.
I grind for it. And
100. You earned it. So
try to get it done, man.
All right. So one last question, man. So for anyone that wants to get a hold of you for any financing questions, needs, man, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Phone number is going to be best, I guess, 916-640-3696. That's my direct cell. I'm online, so Mortgage Pro CA on Instagram. You can find me there. Google me, Lavega Sims, LAVEGA SIMS. It'll pop up, man. See some of my videos or something.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, man, thanks for coming on this today, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you just being here, being part of the squad. I mean, it's a perfect fit, honestly.
Yeah. I'm happy to be here, man. It's comfortable for me.
Yeah, I just look forward to watching you grow and just get better and better every day. So,
gonna kill it.
Yeah, we will. So, with that being said, man, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, Lavega here. If you guys have any mortgage questions, hit him up, man. He's got the answers for you. If you guys enjoy the content, please subscribe for more real estate and finance news. Thanks for tuning in, guys.